Hi everybody, it's Amber Aquart here from the Dog Moms on DOGTV, and I'm celebrating National Train Your Dog Month for the month of January because I'm a dog trainer. So I'm super excited about this month, but the special thing that I'm going to be doing is answering your most commonly asked questions. So let's get into it. Now the first question is, how do I get my dog to stop pulling on leash? Now this could have a gazillion answers, and so I'm going to try to condense it as easy as I can. So the first thing is going to be make sure that your dog is exercised before you go on the walk. That's super important. The next thing is going to be practicing inside. So make sure you're rewarding your dog for walking nicely beside you without any distractions around like squirrels or other people or dogs. Now the last thing is going to be to make sure your dog does not get rewarded for the behavior you don't like. So if your dog wants to sniff a tree and they're pulling to see that tree, don't let them sniff it. Make sure you call them back to your side, reward them with treats for walking beside you, and then if they are not pulling, then let them go and sniff the tree. It's really important that we teach our dogs and set them up for success when working on walking on a leash, because this is a really difficult behavior to master. The very last thing I would say is that there are some great training tools like front buckle harnesses to help make this process a little bit easier for you. Okay, the next really popular question is, what do I do if my dog is counter surfing or stealing things from the trash? Now, the really important thing to realize is that dogs are opportunistic. So if you leave food out on the counter, it's very likely your dog might steal that thing off the counter. So the first most important thing to get your dog to not steal trash and to not steal things off the counter is management. Use things like gates, leashes, or just put the food away, and that's going to solve a lot of problems. The next thing is going to be to teach your dog a leave it cue. This is a really simple behavior. You could teach your dog to leave food alone in your hand and gradually start putting it places like on the table and on the floor so they start getting used to not being able to touch those things. And of course, always remember to reward your dog for making the right decision. So if they look at that thing on the counter, decide to go lie down, don't ignore that behavior. Make sure you are rewarding that behavior very heavily by giving them something like a chew toy, a bone, or a special treat. Our last question is, how do I make training more fun for me and my dog? This is a really great question because I think sometimes training can be something we see as a necessity to get our dogs to behave. But dogs are dogs, and training should be a part of their daily life, and we want training to be fun. So what I encourage you to do is to pick something that has absolutely no purpose except for having fun to teach your dog. This might be a really fun trick like teaching your dog to shake hands or to spin around in a circle. These things can help you create a better bond with your dog because you're not putting these expectations on your dog to have to behave a certain way while doing it. Your dog can be creative with that special trick, and you guys can just have fun with it. So try to train some tricks with your dogs and don't put any pressure on it, and make sure that training is really short and simple. Always end on a high note for both you and your dog. Well guys, I hope that you have a really fun National Train Your Dog Month and that you enjoy training your dog this month. Let's all try to take about 5 minutes a day to train our dog something new, whether that be a special trick or to work on one of those behaviors we have to work on. I know I have a lot of work to do with my dogs, even to this day. That's all for now, guys. Bye!